Yo, bro, it's OHM. Last video, I forgot to say hello. I've been naked on this joint a lot. I ain't have my stuff, so I got a lot of my stuff on today. Just so I'm not naked. This is a rubber band, but just so I'm not naked. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't really know what to call this joint, but I got the idea from looking at the Kabbalah Tree of Life and the Wu Xing. The Kabbalah Tree of Life is the joint with the 10 Sephiroth and the 22 paths in between them. So that's like every Sephiroth, every circle, every spirit has, every Sephiroth is a spirit, is a spherette, it's a little circle. And like the paths between them represent different orders of logical processes, while each Sephiroth represents like a form of logical process. So then the paths is like sequence. And the Wu Xing means the 5 elements. And that's like, I don't really know what to call it, what they use it for in China, but I've heard it like phrased as alchemy. And the Chinese, I've heard it, their practices being phrased as alchemy. So it's like that. So I'm gonna just start looking at these joints. So number one, we have this diagram here, and in it, I represented, this is all words that have to do with the color black. And as to why, we're gonna get into, with the Wu Shi, the Wu, that sound means the color black. And the character for Wu is Ong, or NG. So we got the NG together, like, and Chinese is an Afro-Asiatic language. So we got the Ong. Boom, the Ong represented as the Wu. Ong means ruler, like Nejir means king and whatnot, and the Negus means king. And then it's the digit 5. Those are all 5 elements, and then that was later the pronunciation was changed to be Wu in reference to the color black in the name of some particular emperor. I forget. I'll have to look it up on Wikipedia. But once they stopped calling the emperor the Ong, they switched up what the Ong was. So the center of this chart is the Ong/Wu, and around the Ong I have 4 words that use the Ong in it. We have Chang, which is like the spread of information. We have Gang or Gong, which is peace and is implied to be like a group of people. That's why it's implied, or it's a group of people. And that's why it's implied to be peace. Chang is a person with his mouth open. That's why it's implied to be the spread of information. Tang is like flavor and sugar and sweetness. And then the tongue, which stands for language, and that's like a distinctive feature. I mean, everybody talks now, but that's because, we as black people, we was the first creatures on earth to start using language in the way we use it. So with Chang, Gang, Tang, and Tongue coming from Ang, that's 5 words. And then for the Wu, for the color black, we have awe, like awestruck. We have ow, like a exclamation of pain. Then we have Wu as in love, like pitching woo. And then we have Wu as in voodoo or magic, which also implies a little bit into the Chinese meaning of Wu. And so them together we have 10 central elements. And on the 5 points of the star, representing, as opposed to the 5 Chinese elements, we have the 5 alchemic elements, which we have Aether, representing ether. Aether is Latin for black. And I drew arrows to do like a path, a direction. So from Aether, ether, we go to core, or char, which represents fire. Core, kar is a Proto-Indo-European root meaning fire. It has to do with digging and drilling, like coring out, and a fire drill, where you take the stick and you go like this, the first tool for fire. So it's coring as in drilling, and then fire coming from that root word, coming from that action. That's from the San people, who is, the original humans and like the seed population for like the Asian people outside of Africa and whatnot. Then from Aether to Core, we go to Nun, which is the waters. And Nun we have represented as inundate, or inundate as some people would pronounce it. But I say, for this video, I'll say inundate, so you can see that center, that root word in the middle. From inundate, we go to nut, which is like the atmosphere, the sky. With that, I have the word note, you feel me, like notes or tones, implying sound, implying air. And leading from nut, we go to ham, which goes to chem. You know what I'm saying? The crocodile's back. And then back to aether. So we go from aether, ether, core, char, nun, inundate, nut, note, and ham, chem, back to aether. And each of the lines between those points is also representing the idea. So between aether and core, we have ka, which is the word. Between nut and ham, we have keb or geb, which is the earth. Between core and nun, we have cook, which is primordial chaos or stirring. Between nun and nut, we have kef or cough, which is like to birth, to push out. Also to roll, like a roll out, you feel me? And boom, these are the 5 paths, 5 black paths between the 5 black elements. Oh yeah, I skipped one. Between ham and aether is karas. Karas, a lot of times meaning like a river. And being related to Krishna. And so then each of these 5 paths, I have 3 words that signify the meaning of the paths. For the first path, we talked about ka. We have he, chaos, and ha, which relate that word ka to the concept of nut, as in the note. All air things, speech things, ka, the primordial word heka. And you have he, chaos, chaos, which comes out of ka, and then ha, an exclamation. Then for keb or geb, we have cob, like corn on the cob, Kaaba, the Kaaba stone, and then gob, like a gob of this, you know, the everlasting gob stopper. Gob could also mean mouth for different things, and gab, like speech. So it goes back related to the ka as well. For kook, we have cook, cake, and kook. So cook as in, you know, that stirring motion. Cake as in to build up, implying that density, again related to kek and that inward pull. And then we have a kook for like a chaotic mind, a chaotic person. Like, oh, that guy's a kook, he's kooky. You know what I'm saying? So for cook is the kook, cook's cake. You know what I'm saying? For karas, the river, we have a crease, you know, because the river is like a crease in the earth. A crest, the rivers and waves, crest at the top. And then Christ, he's anointed, he wears the crown which is anointed, which is liquid, implying, you know, the crest and the karas again. And you know, relating to the nun as in water. And kaf, that's, remember, the cough, but it's also have, cave, and heaven are the 3 words I have written. So that kaf, it's like a container. So kaf, to have, cave contains what, and then heaven, you feel me, is that space which we desire to enter into. And each of the paths cross at a point that I've marked with 2 words for 2 natures. So at the point between ka and kef, I have flash and nature. At the point between kef and karas, I have fresh and nectar. At the point between karas and cook, I have flush and knowledge. At the point between geb and cook, I'm supposed to have flesh and naked. This picture, I don't have the word flesh written on there. And then between keb and ka, I have flicker, or flickering, nurture. And flick, flash, flesh, flush, and fresh are all roots related to that black directly, like the same word black. B can also be like P, which is fos. When you speak with your lips, so that's like a F sound, a PH sound, like Phobos, Apollo, Photon, Phoebe, etc. And then outwards around it, following the upside down star path, I have BLACK for black, but I've also made that into an anagram for B, blessings, blush, blossom, L for loom, and as in coming forward, then loom for weaving, and then loam as in soil. A for all, as in the entirety, and ally, one who stands with you, and Allah, the law, the deification of like the primordial, you know what I'm saying, function of the universe. C, which is carry, also care and chair, You know what I'm saying? That is related to cord and implies like to sit down, to hold some type of energy. I carry you, I have care for you, I care for you. Or like a chair, you know what I'm saying, which is like a throne. And then K for kin, kinship, and the kindness and kingship as well. Kin, who is kin, the kind king. So BLACK is blessings loom, all carry kinship. You know what I'm saying? And you could switch all of those words to get various phrases. You could follow these paths to get various phrases out of them. And this top left corner, I have dubious, which is an air word as in shadow, like dove. And under words, the words I have to signify are double and dove. So you have the double dove, which could signify, you know what I'm saying, a dualistic higher nature, or the dove double, which is simply speaking of your higher nature. It's your dove double. Then the double dove is your dualistic higher nature. Nocturnus for the night sky in between Aether and Nun. You know, Aether is the ether and stuff, so that's the night sky. That's the night. Everybody go night, sleep, but also night as in like a soldier or a warrior. And so it's the night, as in the night at which nights come out, or the night, like the night individual of night, the time. And under that we have Marinus, representing water in the ocean. There we have the maroon Moor, which is the maroon Moors, like us, the African Americans, were lost, but we're Moors. / the moored maroon, to be moored is to be docked, so that means to be found from being lost in the past. So you want to go from the maroon Moor to the moored maroon. At the bottom we have Negir for a ruler, and under that we have Nagus, the king of kings. And or you can flip that to the nigga, it's nigga, you know what I'm saying. And then nebulous, we have the Nubian. Nebulous meaning like of space, but also relating to that fire, because nebula clouds ignite into stars, and Negir related to earth, you know, that place that we're from, and then where the rulers are at, and such, and like the dominion of blackness in like a physical place. But back to nebulous, you know, that means mysterious, just like dubious is, but in real life, nebula, igniting the clouds, to relate that to fire. Nubile, generally meaning like sexual energy, passionate energy. And Nubian, coming from that people from the land of gold, you know what I'm saying, gold also being reference to light and fire. So that right there is the etymological breakdown of what I started working on, I suppose, all the words. And this next image, I basically took every on that first map, it's like based around geometry, where every line, every vertex, and every face, vertices I think are points. So yeah, every edge, which is a line, every vertex, which is a point, and every face, which is a surface, I represented with a circle on this chart. And you can start to see the geometry come alive. This is also a little self-referential pattern. I believe it's a little fractally. I could adjust it to make it more geometrically perfect. This could also be like a top-down view of something three-dimensional on a surface, like a city or a village, you know what I'm saying, or even architecture you would put inside of a building, perhaps a statue or a miniature city, what have you, representing the same geometry that was giving connections to those concepts earlier. This is how I started working on creating a perfect pentagram, and I followed like art class instructions, so I had to use like 3 entire circles and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arcs, and then 1, 2 like just straight line segments in order to complete this perfect pentagram. But looking at this, I realized I could do the same thing with just 2 circles and 2 arcs. So that's how I made this star, this pentagram. And then I added on to the circles. So this would have the same amount of circles as the graph I showed earlier. And this has 15 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10. So 15 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10 equals 40, 55. And then there's another 5 in there, which is this like 60, about 60 points of articulation, I believe, or 60 circles on here, or sections which will have words in them, as you'll see in the next slide. And so this is it. And I have like various rotations added and angles. So you would like turn this in order to read all of it, in order to, you know, make it move and make it active, and have these pieces interact with each other. See, on the finalized one, the part that was missing with flesh nature is there at the bottom. And you see this is like meant to be viewed from multiple angles. You know what I'm saying? And the geometry helps group the concepts together as well. So I got like multiple different angles of it, as you can see. It's a nice pretty angle. This I have turned it so I can have none at the top, none inundate. You see crease, crest, Christ, karas, boom, leading into tang, again flavor. And also you see in the middle, the ang wu, I've connected via vesica Pisces, where in the middle you see the A from ang and the U from wu. AU is the chemical symbol for gold. I was going to encode more chemical symbols in there from the periodic table, but I forgot, you know what I'm saying, to do that. This is another angle with ham at the top. Ham for chem, the chemical. Cook cake, kook. You know what I'm saying? Cook, again, the chaos god. Connected underneath with tongue. You know what I'm saying? The tongue is what you taste the cake you cook with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I haven't looked at this in a while. And also, I'm skipping a little bit, but you see I have loom, and underneath I have a weaving loom for clarification, but also loam as in soil. So I have loom as in approaching. For clarification, I have weaving loom, and underneath I have loam, which is a form of soil. Nagir, nagus, nagas, the naked flesh. You know what I'm saying? The naked flesh, what? Ham, which does what? It nagirs, core. Ham, blackness, the chemical, rules over and disciplines core, fire, and light. So, you know, you can spin this around, get all types of universal truth from it, simply because like these words is all related, and then geometry helps to organize them, and they're further organized by like elemental properties. You know what I'm saying? This is another one with nut at the top, the nut or the note. Not ha, hey, chaos, which is ka, connected to the chang, the spread of information. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is pretty perfect. I'm surprised how perfect this is. And then I did some rearranging in the order of stuff to make it, you know, more perfect, more coherent. And this is back to the root just to show it again for everybody. Bam, bam, boogie. This is how it all started, just with the word map and a very simple, non-perfect geometry, very erratic. Here we have a zoom in the center so you can see. And here we have 5 paths in a wheel. Kef, Karas, Kuk, Keb, Ka, reading from the top, not necessarily in the star order. If I read it in the star order, it's Kef, Kuk, Ka, Karas, Keb, or even Keb, Kef, Kuk, Ka, Karas, Keb, like you going around, bam, 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 bam. And you can see those dual natures leading into the vertices, where the line geometry informs the circular geometry, which organizes the ideographic, or it's not ideographic because I don't have pictures in here, but you know, I have some pictures. You see under the woo for voodoo, I have this little star representing, you know, magic and chaos, like chaos magic. And under the woo for romance, I have a heart. This is another angle, you know what I'm saying, showing that the kinship or kingship is the kindness, you know what I'm saying, displayed. You know what I'm saying, Marinus being the oceans being like, you know, the unconscious mind. The king is the one who deals with that shit, takes responsibility for being both the good guy and the bad guy. It's a flush of knowledge, nos, awareness, also coming from that that sort of liquid, fluid understanding. You're in awe. You can be full of awe, much like a fluid. Do. That was a bit of a stretch. But you see how I'm rocking. Yeah, you see how I'm rocking. Cook Kaba Chaos, Heaven and Christ. Beautiful. I'm just bugging out. I'm loving what I did. You know, you carry the chair. You know what I'm saying? It's very caring. The nebulous is a chair upon which, you know, throne upon which the star sits. Because, you know, the son, Haru, he sits on his mother's lap. That's the first throne. You know what I'm saying? She's the new Nubian. Ow. Ah. And, you know, we have a flickering nurture. Nurture is flickering. It comes in and out as you move between higher self and shadow self. Sometimes you nurture with shadow. Sometimes you nurture with light. You know what I'm saying? You gotta discipline your kids. If you don't, they're gonna act a fool. And this, you know, top half view, bam. You know what I'm saying? Just soaking in, baby. Just soaking in. Now, I'm gonna have to add the pictures in later. But, yo, so thank you for that. And we gonna take a break right here. Peace.